Good morning and welcome to Cooley Outdoors. I am your host, Brandon Scott. With me again today is Nash.
Hello.
Today's adventure, we are going to attempt to cross-country ski up the Mowich Lake Road in the northwest corner of Mount Rainier National Park to Mowich Lake. I may or may not be pronouncing that incorrectly. I don't know. I'm a Seattleite, but that's one of the few words I haven't learned how to properly pronounce. So it may be Mowich, it may be Mowich, it may be something completely different.
Mowich sounds better.
I'm assuming it's Mowich.
Mowich.
But, so, yeah, it's a 5-mile ski trip. And we're going to gain like 1,500 feet in elevation. And the sun's out, surprisingly. They thought the weather forecast said it was supposed to rain off and on all day and rain and snow heavily overnight at lower elevations. We are at elevation, so it should be snowing if it does precipitate. But right now it's sunny, so it's kind of strange. But thanks for joining us. So, as you might expect, today's two books are Washington Snowshoe Routes by Dan Nelson, or Snowshoe Routes of Washington, whoops. And then, of course, what we're actually going to be attempting to do, Cross Country Ski Tours 2, which is Washington South Cascades and Olympics. Now, let's see how quickly I can or cannot find. There it is, look at that. Number 54, Mowich Lake. Advanced Basic, because we are just skiing up a road, 11 miles, 6 hours. Elevation gain 1,400 feet. High point is 4960, which is at the lake. Best time March through April because this is an unplowed dirt road to get here. So if you try and do it in January when the snow level's been 1,000 feet for 3 weeks, you're not making it very far up the road.
Nope.
So you got to wait and time it just right to where the snow level has creeped up to about 3,000, 3,500 feet so that you can drive into the park and park at the parking lot at Paul Peak.
Have fun with all the potholes.
Yeah, the road's kind of crap in midwinter, but it's a dirt road in winter. So, yeah, 11 miles. That's if you park at the entrance. If you're able to make it in as far as the Paul Peak trailhead, which is where we are, that shaves off a little over half a mile each direction, so it's going to be 10 miles. And then this picture is pretty much from the end of the road. The lake's like right there. So, there's that. If you wanted to snowshoe it instead, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. I'll show you the picture just because I know people like information like that. Mowich Lake, number 61. Easiest 10 miles, 6 hours, 1,400 feet, high point $5,000, early December through late March. So there's a little bit of discrepancy. It's really, you're just going to have to catch it when it's snowed, so there's snow on the ground, but it's been warm enough to where you can drive up here and make it. Otherwise, if you can't make it to the gate, every 500 feet elevation the snow level is down is going to add miles and miles to your trip. We probably could come back in a month when it's melted out even more and make it up even further up the road, but oh well. So yeah, that's the plan. Ski up to Mowich, see how far we make it. Oh boy, dearie dear. Skis are on. Rex is parked and locked. I'm gonna double check to make sure he's super duper doubly locked.
One of those coats.
Huh? One of these?
Is that like a snow/raincoat?
This is just a heavier raincoat. This is almost too much for right now. Like, I'd rather have a lighter jacket on and like have another layer, yeah. But because there's a...
Find a track.
Try and stay in a tire track and go, baby. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, this might suck. This might legit suck. We're definitely going faster than if we were snowshoeing. Don't know how well our knees and our hips are going to like all these micro adjustments though. Oh, there's the gate. So there should be no more tire tracks after this little bit. Oh, we might be fucking... Oops, gonna have to bleep that out. We might be boogieing today. Dude, we might be boogieing today. You alright? I don't know, I'm cruising pretty good. Well, the gate's right there, so there's gonna be no more tires after right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was cruising. Oh, the worst possible time to start the video. Anywho, we've probably gone 3/4, half mile, 3/4 of a mile or so. And obviously we're in the wrong skis for the job, so it's just steep enough and the snow is just crusty enough before you sink into it that we're not getting much glide on our upper, so we're pretty much just walking it up. Now at some point somebody actually knows how to cross-country ski, probably gonna find this video and crucify me for how wrong I'm doing this, but I'm just like most of you probably. I'm a beginner who's watched some YouTube videos, picked up the bare bones basics, and I'm trying to get better. Got the wrong gear, skis are waxed, but they're track skis. And I'm going up an unplowed road on some really actually crappy snow. But that's not the point. The point is we're out here, we're exercising, we're enjoying ourselves, and it's better than sitting at a desk or being at work. Plus, you can't get better unless you go out there and put the hours in and put the miles in, which is what we're doing. Huh? I saw that.
Yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe a couple days ago, because it's before it snowed last night. It snowed, what day would that have been? Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday? Anywho, you probably want some information on Mowich Lake, and I bet everyone, if I'm saying this lake name wrong, if you're watching this, you're probably cringing and about ready to crucify me in the comments anyway, so oh well. But Mowich, I believe it is the biggest lake in the park. Don't have the numbers offhand, so I have to look it up in the book and either post it on the video stream and editing, or when we get to the lake, open the book and talk about it. And then you got Mowich Lake, big alpine lake, shade under 5,000 feet in elevation. And then I've only ever been up here once, so I don't got much information on it. And when I did come up here was with Sabrina a couple Septembers ago, before starting this channel, and we did the Tomy Peak hike, which was cool. I highly recommend doing it. You got Tomy Peak, you got Ipsit Pass, which you can drop down Ipsit Creek to Carbon, and then walk down the Carbon River Road and make a loop if you want, a car-to-car loop. Or the other big draw, not only is this like a bivouac point, for a major bivouac point for supplies for the Wonderland Trail before you go do the northern portion and you don't have another stopping point till sunrise. You also got Spray Park, which is a big destination, not only for the massive Spray Falls that's there, which I haven't gone and seen yet, but also it's supposed to be one of the better wildflower meadows in the park. So hopefully come
June-ish, when it all thaws out and it's flowering up, there'll be a video of us going up to Spray Park, Spray Falls, checking out the wildflowers. But now is not that time. When we were driving up here, the sun was out. Like I said in the intro, it was sunny. But in the half an hour or so we've been doing this, it just clouded up. Which I don't mind. But I have a feeling this is going to be Nashon and I's life for the next couple of miles. When we get to the Tomy Peak Trail, the road pretty much flattens out, and it's actually almost, if I remember right, it's almost a bit of a descent down to the lake for the last mile or so. So we won't be doing this trudge and sludge the whole time up. But for the foreseeable future, we will be. I don't think you all want to watch that. So I'll turn the camera off now. Alrighty. Oops, I said alright again to start a video segment. Oh well. So, say that a lot too. We've gone about 2 miles, I think, of our 4.5 to 5 miles. Mountain Meadow area is down here in front of us. I believe that's a named waterfall tucked in there. I'll try and get a long exposure filmed on the way back and put it there if I get any video. But I believe there's 2 waterfalls along this roadway. Stupidly, I didn't put them down on my GPS so I could see them. Because, not everybody, I can't be perfect all the time, YouTube, I'm sorry. But there are, oh hell no! Nash found a hole. But there are 3 hairpin turns on the Mowich Lake Road. And after this left-hand meander, I believe we'll be coming up to our first of 3. There's one here, one on top of it, and then we go along that ridgeline. If you can see that open white area there, I believe that's where the last hairpin is. And then we go up. Oh, there's the mountain! Tip the mountain! And the mountain's right there, so you come up the ridgeline. Once you crest that ridgeline, you'll pretty much be right on the lake. And then you go around the lake, and you got the mountain there. Peekaboo Mountain! Oh, that's weird. Must have been a big rocks out there and melted it out or something.
That's one big ice hole.
Yeah, that's a big one. You could stuff a whole bunch of trees into that one. All right, enough of our thinly veiled weenie jokes. Get moving. Oh yeah, so there's the road surface down there. It's solid 2 feet of snow on the road. But yeah, we've gone up probably 400 or 500 feet in elevation since where we left Rex. So we're probably at 42, 43-ish. And the snow all of a sudden got really firm and we're not sinking into it at all, which is nice. Huh! Snowshoer paused, stopped at this point and went home, eh?
Somebody got lost.
Well, I thought that was a thicker snowshoe trail. It looks like somebody came up, called it good there after 2 miles and went home, which I don't blame them. 2 miles in snowshoe one way is a pretty good day. You can also tell the snow is getting firmer because if you look on that far ridge line, also in front of us as we go up in elevation, there's still snow on the trees from when it snowed the other day. So it is getting colder as we go up. We also haven't sunk in. When we first started, we were probably sinking in 3 or 4 inches up to our ankles. Now we're not really, so we'll continue cruising. We've also been able to quicken up our pace since we are sinking in less. Initially, I thought at the pace we were going, we probably weren't going to get to the lake till 2-ish. Make a 4-ish hour tour uphill. But now we've gotten able to go a lot quicker. And it might be 1 o'clock. So 3-ish hour tour. And then it's probably only going to take us an hour or so to get down. This is much better. Now y'all cannot crucify us because we're actually able to get some kick and glide going. Still on the wrong skis, but oh well. This is pretty salad. Oh yeah, that's definitely the road over there. It'd be nice to get up there because that means we'd almost be done. It's almost time for a water break, eh? Get off this rocky part and back into the trees and have a water break. Uh-huh. Huh? We probably could go anywhere at this point. I don't think we're gonna sink in, but whatever, keep cruising. Huh? Oh yeah, rock coming down. Hence why I want to get out of the rocky area. Update. We've gone about 3 miles. We just got down at the second hairpin. We've got this straightaway to hit as we crawl up to the crest of this ridgeline and that open patch of snow. I'm pretty sure where our last hairpin is. And then we got a little more up to crest the ridgeline and then we'll be at the lake. Probably another 1.5 miles, 2 miles maybe. And another hour and a half or so of skiing. And it's clouded up and it's now trying to snow on us. It's quite therapeutic though. We've lost all those other snowshoe tracks and pretty much any other track we can see. So there's a good chance we will be the only ones at the lake, which is cool. Little corn snow. It's kind of annoying. I will say though, we are starting to get tired. This is going to be possibly a rough way down. I've known a few times we've gone skiing before. When I start getting tired, I start getting lazy, and I start to tip over onto my right side some and tip over my right leg, which I've done once or twice. And Nash has stopped and complained his knees are starting to get wobbly. So there may be a good chance that we find our limit and push past it. Like we'll probably get up to that hairpin. And there'll be some convincing to do to make it to the lake. But theoretically we should, because almost all the hard stuff will be over once we get to the hairpin. We'll have a little more up, and then we'll be on top of the ridgeline. And we'll be flat slash down to the lake. But that's the idea. You get out here, you test your limits, and then you try and push yourself past them. Then you'll never grow. If you never do the 5 mile, 1,500 feet one-way tour, then you'll never be able to do the 8, 10, 15 mile multi-day trip. Plus, this is good exercise for us to get ready into hiking season. I mean, the weather's not terrible. It's not great. It could either be sunny or actually get colder and snow, but it's not raining. And the snow is pretty firm, so I don't complain too hard. After what seemed like a forever slog up a series of straightaways, we have finally reached the final hairpin, the one that overlooks the valley that we just crawled up for the last 2 hours. And it's really trying to snow and spit on us now. In the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. We got this last hairpin to go around, and we gotta crest this ridge, and then we'll be pretty much home free to the lake. But real quick, I'm gonna go near-ish to the edge so we can take a look down valley and see where we came from, because this really is off into nothingness. Hey, there's the lookout. So we were all the way down there somewhere in the roadway, and then you see this high point in the ridgeline here. You got this slope to the left, you go along, and then there's that little almost tree-free spot with a little knob of rock sticking up. That's Tomy Peak Lookout. There's a trail up to that. And if you keep going along, there's 2 other rocky humps. That's too far, but right in the middle, hopefully my stick is there. I'm sure I'll put a arrow or something on screen to show where it is, but or a circle. But Tomy Peak Lookout is there. You start at Mowich Lake and go along. So we pretty much started way down over there somewhere, came all the way up this valley, up and around. Then we gotta go that way, back over there to about there, where there's a low point, and this ridge is called Elizabeth Ridge. There's a low point in Elizabeth Ridge there. We scoot through it, and then we're on the lake. And then we ski along the lake for probably half mile or so to the campground. And look, it looks like this is where the snowshoers turned back too. They came to this lookout spot and turned back. Old snowshoe tracks from probably a week ago or so. There is somebody who was snowshoeing that took all the snowshoe shortcuts that we still see in this track, so there still might be somebody up there. But at this point in time, we're pretty much breaking virgin trail. That's a really pretty icicle wall over there. We'll have to go check that out. One last look at the valley below. Probably should take a picture or two. Go click. Go click. Ready? Oh, the snow banking in this is going to make it really fun and exciting to ski down. And it's just drifted in here, so it's really pain in the butt. I think I'm just going to keep the camera rolling up to this wall full of icicles here, and then I'll turn it off till we get to the lake. More tiny animal tracks. Too small to be a bun. A shrew or something. A shrew or a vole or something. Whatever one of those doesn't hibernate winter. But this is pretty. The icicles draping out of the moss like that. It's views like this and spots like this that make it all worth it. Most of the time. Next stop, hopefully the lake. Sun is trying to come out, egging us on. we'll get a nice little sun. Oh, that's beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. Egging us on, almost there. Last major checkpoint. This is the saddle to crest over Elizabeth Ridge. The Tomy Peak / Ipsut Pass trail is right here on this other side of the rock ledge on my left. From here it's a straight, maybe even a little bit downhill shot down to the lake. The lake is in this bowl here. You should be able to see it through the trees, but you just can't access it till you get to the campground. Almost there. Get around the saddle. I highly doubt the trail sign is going to be visible. Yes, I almost ate it because I lost concentration and we were tired. This is where all the parking starts for the Tomy Peak Trail. I can see a big mass of flat whiteness down there. That is the lake. Tomy Peak Trail literally starts like right here or right there. I was kind of hoping the sign would be up, but I guess not. I do remember the sign being down the hill a little ways. But yeah, the Tomy Peak Trail goes like right there and then along the lake shore. When Sabrina and I, you can barely see the mountain poking out through the clouds there down the road. That's our objective down there. When Sabrina and I came and did Tomy Peak a couple of falls ago, we got here early, but not super early. There was already like, now I'm getting some glide now that I'm not climbing. There's the lake. It does look like it's completely froze over, but we were 15 or 20 cars back, so we probably parked back here a little ways somewhere. But now it's just an easy cruise down to the campground at the foot of the lake. And that'll probably be our last section on the camera. Gliding down the road along the lake. If you see this white spot in front of me, this is where you park. If you're gonna hike to Spray Falls or Spray Park, or do a rendezvous for the Wonderland Trail when it comes up from Longmire. There is also an outhouse here for the campground, which means we have reached the end of the trail and the sun has come out to reward us. So now we're gonna go find a spot to eat. Trying to stay in a snowshoe track while gliding with some speed is kind of difficult. That pointy rock up and to our left above us, above the campground, is called Fay Peak. I believe the creek that drains Mowich Lake is called Crater Creek. And there's a set of what I'm told is pretty damn good waterfalls just down here where it drops off its lip. I don't think we're gonna go see that. We're gonna go find ourselves a spot to grub. If I could stop crossing up my skis, that'd be nice. And not fall over, that'd be extra nice. Oh, the drainage creek is actually open. And yes, that angry water you hear down there is a couple of waterfalls. That'll be a summertime excursion. Go check it out. This is the campground. We're gonna go that way and go find ourselves a spot along the lake to have lunch. Because why would you have lunch back here when you can go sit over there? Shoot that way. So almost. Oh crap! But I almost started to lean onto my left leg and I went to correct and dumped it to my right. Alright, we'll come over here, zero dignity left, and we'll watch Nash. Nice. I think I'm just gonna go straight. Howdy. Was wondering if you're still up here. I saw your snowshoe tracks. I'm like, huh, are we not going to be alone today? Yep. I think this'll do. Yeah, I think this'll do. Welcome to Mowich Lake in the winter, YouTube. So, this is the last thing of interest at Mowich is Mowich Lake Ranger Station. This services the northwest corner of the park, especially since the Carbon River Road is closed to vehicles, which makes it extremely difficult to get to. But
You see these job boxes, you may not be able to read, but there's signs on it that says Wonderland Trail food cache. Take only what is yours. So the Wonderland Trail is a 93 mile. Let's step back here and talk about it from back here because this is just a really cool shot. Also, this is the view from the ranger station. Not bad. Look at the snow roll across the lake. That's gonna be good on the long exposure. Cute little ranger station. So the Wonderland Trail is a 93-mile loop trail that goes around the base of Mount Rainier. And if you're in good shape, it'll take you about 10 days. Normal people take about 14 days. And along the way, you need food caches. So there's boxes like those at this ranger station, Longmire, Sunrise, and Ohanapecosh, I think, are the 4 big ones that you can stash food at. So you only have to carry 3 or 4 days worth of food at a time instead of carrying, 2 weeks worth of food in your pack while you're going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Well, yeah, so that's pretty much everything here at Mowich. You saw the 2 main trailheads for Tomy Peak, Ipsit Pass, and then, oh wow, that's a thick snowstorm rolling in. Might be time to scoot along back down the trail. But yeah, you saw Tomy Peak trailhead over there. Tomy Peak itself is in the snow there. Oh, I'll put my hand out and you can really see it coming down. And then at the campground itself is for Spray Park. Do it again, I'm videoing, come on. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be taking some video with the GoPro of us hopefully cruising back down the hill at speed, and that should be about it for this. We are back at Tomy Peak Trailhead. We've done our last bit of coming up from Mowich Lake. For the next 4.5 miles, it should all be downhill gliding and zooming. That's the hope. I'm quite anxious about this because this is either going to go well, and we're going to have a decent speed, or it's going to go unwell, one of 2 ways. Either we're going to go too fast, or we're not going to go fast enough and we're still have to work to get down. I'd rather it be too fast than not fast enough. A little on the slow side so far. Having to use my arms a little bit to keep momentum. I'm not having to kick very much, which is good. He took a super shortcut. All right, we're on our own then. So yes, as you saw earlier, there was an older gentleman who came up here in snowshoes. There's some good speed there.
Also, another thing about our equipment being incorrect. When you go skiing, cross-country skiing, your ski poles are supposed to come up to your armpits. And didn't have long enough ski poles. They're longer than what you use for like hiking, but they're not long enough to what they should be. You know, they come up to our nipples. It may not seem like much, only a couple inches, but it matters. You have to bend down and use your lower back to power on those push-offs, which can make all the difference if you're doing this for miles and miles. This is a pretty good speed though. Now the real test begins. Go on our virgin powder track. No snowshoe to pre-compact it. See how it goes. This ain't too bad. Could be a little faster. Huh? Oh yeah. This is what it's all about. Sure, the exercise climbing up is nice. So that's Tomy Peak enshrouded there. But the destination, and then especially coming back down and just zooming down, is what it's all about. And yes, I'm sure we'd be going a lot faster if we were on proper backcountry skis and not trudging through on track skis, but tis what tis. We're still out here doing it, and that's the important part. Woo, this is quite the shoulder workout. I'm glad I incorporated this specific exercise as part of my shoulder workout regimen. If this looks like fun to any of you, and you live within viable reach of a mountainous area that gets snow in your winter season, then by all means, start searching your local Goodwill or OfferUp or Craigslist and whatever. Find yourself a set of cross-country skis and boots to match. Get yourself a set of ski poles, buy some wax so they glide good, go watch a waxing video, and get out here and do it. The technique's a little wonky, takes a little getting used to, but it's so worth it. Like, this is almost effortless. This is what people go to groomed resort trail systems for, is to do this all day. But it's just that much more rewarding when you ground out the path yourself that morning. And it's just you and your best friend or best friends grinding it out on the mountain, which is probably why I'm never going to go to at least like a regular downhill ski snowboard resort, just because they're so expensive and there's so many people. When I can go slap my snowshoes on, put my snowboard on my backpack, and go up to Paradise and break my own snowshoe trail on the way up and a snowboard on the way down. And all it costs me is calories. Keeps me skinny to go up trails faster in the summer too. Coming up to that first big hairpin. Probably took us a solid at least half an hour, 45 minutes to go from this hairpin up to the saddle, and we've probably covered the same distance in like 10. I am getting warm though. After we go.
I got confused at that.
Yeah. So I had Nash take a picture of me with the icicle wall behind us, and that's why the trail looks funny. Hey, after we go around this hairpin, I'm gonna kill the camera and lose a layer. I'm getting kind of warm. Let's see how well we can negotiate this hairpin. Pretty icicles. I may have cut this corner a little too sharp on my way up. Oh, that's a pretty view. I have to make sure I take a screenshot of the video of that for you. That's pretty. So much effort on the way up to get here. And now it's just happy cruising on the way down. Ain't that worth it?
We gotta go faster.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna go faster just because we're in track skis. If we were in backcountry skis and we cut a wide trail to begin with, then yeah. Yeah. Jogging. Nash decided it was my turn to lead on the cruise for a little bit, which is good. Nice sunny section. Oh, the snow is definitely softening up though. Ooh, big sunny spot coming up. Yum. Kind of wish it would have been sunny when we were up at the lake. But we got plenty of sun yesterday, eye reflection. Yeah. Whew. Ah, dang it, I was hoping there'd be sunshine when I still got here. Oh well. Look up. Look at the andesite cliffs. Try to stay in track. Yup. The snow's starting to warm up and get kind of shitty. But it's good enough until I cross skis like a dork. Last of the 3 hairpin turns. Maybe it won't be that exciting. Exciting in the sense that we're kicking and gliding instead of practically walking up it, but hoping for a little more speed. Also, the right skis and the right wax comes into play. We had lighter backcountry skis. We had the warm wax on for above freezing temperatures. It probably would go better. Well, that one was kind of disappointing. Yeah. Well, we have made it back to the parking lot in just about 2 hours down. But I also stopped and took some short, long exposures of a series of small roadside waterfalls in between the first and second hairpins. Oh, that got considerably worse. So I'll post that long exposure there. Try that again. There. So that took about half an hour of our time. So in reality it took us an hour and a half to do the 5 miles down from Mowich versus the shade under 4 hours to go up, which isn't bad for a couple of woefully inexperienced guys on, at certain points, very iffy snow on the wrong equipment. We're also probably not in the greatest shape. Probably could be in better shape. Put all those things together and it probably could be 3 hours up and an hour down. But a lot of it depends on the snow and your gear. Uh-oh. That's completely melted out. So, hey, the Jeep's just now leaving. We weren't that far behind him. He probably had literally just come down and went around the corner when we started taking the waterfalls. But as we watch Nash struggle around the gate and my turn to struggle around the gate.
I didn't struggle at all, actually.
You struggled so much.
Fine.
You struggled so much.
You're gonna struggle more than me. Just like that. See?
Shut the I'm also trying to freaking narrate a YouTube video. Oh, I'm gonna hit him. He whines and moans and complains that he's so tired the whole time. He's like a dang dog. We get to the destination and he's whining and he's so tired, but as soon as we get back to the car, it's, oh, I'm good. Energy. Anywho, if you like this video, please give a like and maybe a share. Let some other people know about it. Please leave a comment down below. Helps with the algorithm. If you didn't like it, I guess give it a dislike. Let me know what you didn't like about it. And if you enjoy this, go watch some more videos, please. Have a good one, and ciao.